Good afternoon, this is Metloop meteorologist Nancy Koslick here with an update on today's forecast. We're continuing to watch that same frontal boundary that we've been tracking for the last few days as it remains draped across the southeast this afternoon. And of course, we're continuing to see quite a bit of activity in the way of showers and a few thunderstorms for portions of East Texas and back into Louisiana and southern Arkansas right now. We're also tracking our next storm system to impact the west coast, and that's causing a lot in the way of rainfall and some snow for the higher elevations, as well as some ice, especially for portions of Washington and Oregon this afternoon. So a closer look at exactly what's going on into the southeast. We do have quite a bit of activity tracking off to the east this afternoon, and we have the possibility of seeing some rather strong thunderstorms for the rest of today. So we're looking for about East Texas through Louisiana, maybe into the very western portions of Mississippi for a little bit later on today. We'll be tracking, of course, the potential for those stronger storms, and we'll keep you posted if you receive our Metloop alerts. Otherwise, over the next couple of days, we're really going to be looking for more of the same, and that's because an area of low pressure is developing right at the southern edge of that frontal boundary that we've been tracking. And as it moves off to the east and northeast, we're going to see it bring all of that rainfall and, of course, some thunderstorm activity with it. So we're looking actually for quite a bit in the way of rain over the next 72 hours, especially along the Gulf Coast. We could be seeing up to about 4 inches for some of us. So I'll show you a precip map here in just a minute. But first, here's a look at all the activity out into the west coast. Again, we're seeing a lot of these showers and maybe a thunderstorm or two possible along the coastal areas. And as we work our way inland, we're seeing some of that activity transition over into a wintry mix, possibly some freezing rain, and we've got snow in the higher elevations. So again, over the next couple of days, this is going to be the same case. So if you live in this area of the country, get ready because it's going to continue to be quite a mess over the next several days out there. Now here's a look at exactly what we're seeing as far as rainfall totals, and again, this is over the next 72 hours. So along the Gulf Coast, we could be seeing up to 4 inches for some of us, including the southern portions of Louisiana and extending all the way over into the western Florida Panhandle. And the same several inches of rainfall in store for especially California over the next 72 hours as we continue to track multiple storm systems that impact the west coast. As far as temperatures go, we continue to see fairly mild conditions for many of us. Of course, it's still chilly for much of the United States, but overall, we're not experiencing the same extreme cold that we saw just a little bit ago. We're also continuing to see very mild conditions down into the southeast, with those afternoon highs remaining well into the 70s. So things have been pretty beautiful, but some of these warm temperatures and of course that Gulf moisture is what helps to really get those showers and thunderstorms fired up for the Gulf Coast over the next couple of days. Here's a look at what to expect for the rest of this afternoon and the overnight hours tonight. Notice a lot of that activity from the west coast continuing to spread to the east. So we'll start to see some of those showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms for California, and of course the higher elevation snowfall spreading into portions of Nevada, Idaho, even as far east as parts of Montana as well. So this will be the case overnight tonight, heading into tomorrow with more in the way of wet weather on the way for the west coast. And of course down into the south, we're going to continue to see quite a bit in the way of showers and thunderstorms developing for the rest of this afternoon and into this evening, and tracking along with that low pressure area over the next couple of days. So once again, we could see some rather strong thunderstorm activity, especially for portions of East Texas and extending into Louisiana, maybe southern Arkansas as well. And if these do develop, we're looking for the possibility of some small hail, damaging winds, of course very heavy rainfall, and we can never rule out the possibility of tornadic activity as well. So of course, again, if you receive our Metloop alerts, we will be keeping you posted as that starts to pop up for a little bit later on. Otherwise, if you need any of your weather information, you can get that on our Facebook page as well as Twitter and metloop.com. Thank you for watching this afternoon and have a great day.